Yes, Casanovians. Alright, we're gonna go on one of these beautiful walks around Barcelona, and I'm gonna drop insane amounts of value, and by listening to this live stream all the way through, you are gonna become terrifyingly confident around beautiful women. You're gonna get your dating life sorted, ticked off, and you're gonna develop the sort of unshakable belief that you can achieve everything you've ever wanted in your entire life. So if that sounds good, let's do it. I just wanted to share this terrifyingly easy hack that I've used to feel super confident around beautiful women. And this is coming from somebody who used to struggle, like viciously struggle with women. For a large portion of my life, I was an isolated incel. I struggled with making social connections. I was a porn addict. I had erectile dysfunction. I hated myself. I hated the world. I hated the person that I'd become. I was really one of those sad, bitter people. But the thing that separates me from most of these bozos online who just want to cry and complain is I actually did something about it. I was like, okay, I feel dissatisfied. No one else is coming to save me. Let's take the necessary steps, become the most fuckable version of ourselves. And whilst we're at it, why not become an international coach and help other people transform not just their dating lives, but their lives in general. But that's the niche I choose to fill. It's helping entrepreneurs, business owners, and high achievers live top 1% dating lives, because I think once you get the women's side of life handled, you can focus on other things. But I think if you've not got the women's side of life handled, yeah, you could be making money, you could be traveling the world, you could be having your penthouse in Malibu, but you still feel lonely, you're not receiving love from the feminine, and I think that castrates a man of his confidence. So yeah, that's why I put these live streams together. It's just to inspire you to get out your house, live a life beyond the beige, and actually meet women organically, like organic attraction. Not swiping your life away on a screen, not hanging around grotty nightclubs until 3 a.m. and not trying to get women strategically through your social circle. It's come outside, have good energy, be a cool guy, and then when you see people who you find interesting, women preferably, you can just go over and deliver the value that you've built through this thing that we call game. I don't really like to use the terminology, but just so we know what we're all talking about, the way that I define game is simply a way for us to get what we want. Oh, there's a beautiful woman. I would like to invite her into my reality. I'm going to use the social skills which I've developed, or game, in order to make this happen. And then, if she doesn't want to get involved, it is what it is, right? I want her, I don't need her. So yeah, that's what I try and express in these Casanovian expostulations, is just try and help you boys go from the place that I was at, that lonely, isolated, incellular place, to the position where I'm at today. So yeah, this hack is essentially doing what I'm doing right now. What I've found is, especially with the guys who I coach, guys who I've worked with over the years, they very rarely leave the house with any sense of intentionality, right? I think that leaving the house with intention is one of the greatest things that you can do for your dating life. So what I mean by that is, before I even leave the house, I have this affirmation that I say to myself, right? And what I'm doing with this is I am lubricating my mind, right? I am setting the plans of possibility in motion. So what I say is, listen, when I leave the house today, if I see somebody who interests me, I'll go over and I'll have a conversation with that person. And what this does, it's prepping me for that possibility. A lot of guys are living like accidents, right? They're sleepwalking through life. And even a guy who's got proficient with cold approach, you could just leave your house, you're not really feeling it, you've not set any intention, and then that absolute worldie struts past you in like a Lululemon joggers. And because you've not set that intention, because you've not lubricated your mind, because you've not, let's just call it pre-gamed, the opportunities will often slide. So leaving the house with intention, just literally saying this to yourself, right, when I leave the house today, if I see somebody who interests me, I'll go over and I'll start a conversation. Just by saying that, you'll most likely get a twinge of anxiety, because what you're doing is it's like a call to action to your mind, right? It's almost like preparing for battle in like a really small way. It's like, right, now we're ready. Now, if the opportunity arises, we can capitalize on it. So now our mind is prepped, right? I'm not just walking these streets living like an accident. I'm out here with intention because I've set that intention, right? The intention leads to the action. Does that make sense? So every time that we leave the house, and you can do this, right, regardless of your current situation, like if you're working a 9 to 5, on your commute to work, during your lunch break, after work, on your day off, when you walk into the gym, when you're gonna go, I don't know, pick up a pack of Trojans from the local off license. Whenever you're leaving the house, just having this intention, that's going to skyrocket your dating life. That's the thing that's going to lead to you actually getting these multiple dates a week. That's the thing which is going to allow you to get dates on demand. It's by first of all prepping your mind for the possibility of the approach. So then when you do see that girl, it's almost like you've experienced that experience before you've experienced it. It's like, oh, I can experience success in advance right now because my mind's already prepped. It's like the intention creates an expectation. And then when you do see that girl, it's like, right, let's go. And then usually the approach turns out really well because it's almost like you've already visualized the success before it's happened. So that's a really important thing. Just actually start leaving the house with intention more. It's a little bit like, you know, if you've got a big grocery shop to do, traditionally, whenever I go shopping with my mum, we create a shopping list. Why? Because then we know what we're in the shop for. Like, yeah, we could just rock up to the shop and be like, oh, what do we need? Oh, we need this. Oh, fuck, we forgot the gravy. We need to go back to get the gravy. But like, if we've got a list, a strategic list, we know exactly what we're there for. It creates greater efficiency as well, because it's like, right, go hard, go home, get the gravy, let's bounce. But if you're just going to the supermarket, oh, let's just see what's here, I guarantee you'll forget things, you'll feel more disorganized. It won't be as efficient, right? And I'm all about efficiency when it comes to, let's just call it the art of seduction, right? I'm not one of those guys who's like, yeah, let's go parade around the pavements for 8 hours a day. Like, it's just like, dude, if you're anything like me, right? If you're a high achiever, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, you've got shit to do, right? You don't have time to be pissing away, walking around the pavements. It's like, go hard, go home, right? That's why I'm all about getting results fast, getting dates on demand fast. How can we make this as efficient as possible so we've got our phone book flooded with wife-worthy women who are desperate to come on dates with us, but it's not detracting time from other important things. Does that make sense? So yeah, this all starts just by leaving with intention. And then now we've got that intention, what you'll find is, like I explained, you feel more primed now, right? You feel more ready. It's like, okay, I feel more ready. Voila. And there you go. So you can just say hello to people as well, right? There's a girl just walking past me. Hola, that's it. Just put these invitations out there. The only reason why I'm able to do this is just because I've set that intention. Oh, there's someone walking past me. Hola, hola, hola. Like this, none of this needs to be difficult. None of this needs to be heavy. Like, I don't think you boys realize how brainwashed by the brain dead you have been. All of this nonsense, like, oh, you need to go out, you need to assumption stack, you need to accuse her of being French, you need to have all of these clever lines and routines. I think you'll probably come to the realization, like I came to it, all of these things that we're trying to add to our character. Oh, I need to vibe, I need to stack, oh, I need to tease, oh, push, pull, oh, what's my transition like? You realize that all of these things are just attempting to armor you because you're terrified. You're terrified of not receiving love from the feminine. So you think you have to add all of these layers over your personality. It's not about doing that. It's actually about taking these things away, right? Like the more that we're able to take away, the more we're able to connect with our most authentic selves. And this is the thing which creates that bulletproof attraction. It's not the lines that you're using. It's not what you're saying. It's not how you're saying it. It's who you are when you're saying it, right? It's how comfortable you are in your own skin when you're actually delivering these words. Seduction is stupidly straightforward. I actually think that's one of my mission statements, to make seduction simple. Come outside, have a smile on your face, come out with intention. When beautiful women walk past you, just say hello, just say good morning. You don't need to think any further ahead than that. Oh, there's a beautiful girl. hello, 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 hola, smile on your face. It doesn't even matter. Like, if she keeps walking, she keeps walking, but these are wins, right? The very fact you've actually left your house, you've left your house with intention, you're saying good morning to a few people, even just making eye contact as well, right? So like if you're walking through somewhere, just making hola, just make eye contact with people, right? The dog said hola. Just making eye contact with people, like you'll actually start to feel way more confident in yourself. Like if you can carry yourself like a king, right? If you actually carry yourself like you are the most fuckable man on the planet, if you carry yourself like you are dominating your reality, it's almost like the world is living for you, right? Every time I step outside, I'm like, okay, I'm living for an audience of one today. I'm stepping out into my kingdom. The world is here to serve me. These are the things that go through my mind. Most people don't like to admit these things. It's like, oh, that sounds really narcissistic. That sounds really arrogant. Yeah, you need to be more narcissistic. You need to be more arrogant. Like loving yourself should not be a pejorative. Yeah, love yourself like your life depends on it. Because if you don't carry yourself like a king, if you don't believe that you are worthy of the things that you want, the world's your mirror, right? The world will reflect back what we believe to be true about ourselves. And even if it's not true, we make it true by believing in it, right? There's nothing stopping you operating from this place of wholeness, right? Like even when 4 years ago, I looked like a turnip, I dressed like a moron, and I was a complete loser, I was operating like I was already the version of me who's talking to you today, right? It's not fake it till you make it, it's believe it so you can become it, right? I truly believe if somebody else can do it, then I can do it as well. The very fact that I've turned my life around in a relatively short space of time, going from that isolated incel who had erectile dysfunction to now traveling the world, changing the lives of high achievers from all across the globe, building this multi-international lifestyle. Dude, if I can do it where I started, then I guarantee you can do it as well. But you actually have to want it, right? It's like the whole, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. But leave in the house with intention, right? What did we say before? Just have that affirmation that you say to yourself. If I see somebody who interests me, I'll go over, I'll start a conversation with that person. And then just as you're walking down the street, see if you can start making eye contact with people. It doesn't even matter, like if they look away, if they hold the gaze, it doesn't matter, right? It's the rep itself is the reward. You don't want to be coming out and being outcome dependent. You want to be action focused, right? Control the things that you can control. Did you leave the house with intention today? Did you say good morning to at least 3 people, ideally women? Did you make eye contact with every beautiful girl who walked past you? Because these things, right? These things, they crescendo, right? And over time, these actions start to compound. Like if you feel really socially anxious right now, walking outside and even just having that intention might blast you with the avalanche of anxiety. You might start to think, oh, this isn't me. Yeah, it's not you yet, right? That's the whole point of the ego. The point of the ego is self-preservation. But if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got, right? Like change is uncomfortable. That's why most people don't do it. That's why most people online just want to cry and complain and bawl their eyes out into the heart-shaped pillow and criticize people such as myself who've actually made something of themselves, because people want to see you do well. They don't want to see you do better than them, right? Like when I was looking like a turnip, I was more relatable to the average man. But now that I've improved myself, it's like, whoa, he's getting too far ahead. And it's interesting how people operate. But this is the lane that we want to be running in, right? Leave the house, have this intention, make eye contact, say good morning to people, say hello, have a smile on your face, recognize the world is not that scary, recognize as well that people actually don't give a flying fuck about you as much as you think they do, right? Just like, it's a Monday morning right now in Barcelona. I'm walking through the streets, people are looking at me thinking, who's this bozo with a camera in his hand? The way that I see it is like, yeah, in 100 years, none of this is going to fucking matter. It's all going to be space, dust and ashes. So whilst we're on this earth, we don't want to die with our music still inside of us. That's why I'm always saying to you boys that this all goes deeper than day game, right? It's not just about going out there and chatting to girls. It's who you become through this process. It's breaking down your own barriers of bullshit and recognizing, oh yeah, I have been holding myself back for a long time. I have been a crushingly cruel commentator of myself. I have been playing it safe. I have been playing it small. this holds a mirror up to the rest of our lives. And once you become proficient at cold approach, it's like, oh, where else can I explode? Sounds wrong, but no, where else can I explode? Like my finances, my living situation, the people that I'm spending time with, the money that I'm making. It puts a magnifying glass up to all of those things. That's what it's been for me anyway. Like, I'm in a position in my life right now where I am the most abundant, fuckable, confident version of me. And don't get me wrong, I still have my days where I feel like an unlovable piece of shit, but I've just learned to roll with all of that now. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't really judge myself too much for any sort of feeling. I'm like, oh yeah, we feel a little bit shit today. Oh, I wonder why that is. Maybe we just haven't spoke to enough people. Oh, maybe we could just go outside for 30 minutes. Might not even speak to anybody, but just being outside, like just being in, like just walking through the world of humanity, it's just nice. Do you know what I mean? It's just nice. I think that with a lot of guys who want to learn this stuff, they're just not getting enough social interaction on a daily basis. And that needs to change, right? You're never going to have a fulfilling dating life if you're perpetually scared of the world. So this is a great exercise. Walk outside, have a smile on your face, dress well, you know, like actually come out looking like you're a guy who gets women, rather than just like wearing a Slazenger hoodie and a pair of Crocs and a ski mask. I mean, you know, everyone's got their own niche, but yeah, just come out, look presentable, have good energy, smile on your face. Don't expect anything from the world, right? I'm going out here, I'm going out to give, I'm going out to fulfill a promise that I set to myself, which is I'm going to leave the house, I'm going to create this live stream, I'm going to talk to myself in public, I'm going to share value, a lot of value to the Castanovians, and hopefully you can replicate what I'm doing here, and hopefully it makes your life at least 1% better. But yeah, I think that's solid. I think that's really solid. What else was I going to say to you? It's nothing really. If you've enjoyed this one, maybe drop the live stream a like, leave a comment below. If you're a little bitch, then dislike the video, unsub. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, I hope that this has helped you. I'm going to be in Barcelona for the next couple of days, then off to Malaga, then off to Amsterdam, then London, Stockholm, Bangkok. So yeah, life is beautiful at the moment. Keep pushing, keep creating, keep living that life free from bullshit. The best is still yet to come. And yeah, just go out there and crush it today. It's a Monday, so you know, let's go out and dominate the world. All right, boys, love yous. Mwah.